Welcome to IAS project. In this video, let's talk about economy during later Vedic period. Whenever we hear the word PGW pottery, then we have to associate this PGW pottery with later Vedic period. We already know that PGW pottery is basically painted graveware pottery. Let me show you the example of painted graveware pottery here. So this is painted graveware pottery. So we have gray color, therefore it is a graveware on which paintings have been done in black color. And these designs that are done in black color are mostly geometrical patterns. For example, you can see curved lines here. Here you can see straight lines. And here you can see waved lines also. So painted graveware pottery is basically gray colored pottery on which designs have been done in black color. If we talk about other kinds of pottery that were used by later Vedic period, then later Vedic people mainly used four kinds of pottery: black and red ware, black slipped ware, painted graveware, and also red ware. Black and red ware is basically a red colored pottery on which black color designs have been done. So you can see BRW pottery or black and red ware in this picture over here. So it is basically red color pottery on which black color designs have been done. If we talk about black slipped pottery, it is also a red color pottery. However, on this red colored pottery, black slip has been applied. We already know that slip is basically a kind of decoration that is done on the pottery. So what they do is, once red pot has been made, black colored slip, that is nothing but very wet black colored paste type of thing is taken, and then it is applied on this red colored pottery. After firing, what happens is the pottery gets black color. So on the outer side the color is black. However, you can see in the broken piece over here, on the inside, it is actually the red color pot which you can see here. So this is about black and red ware as well as black slipped ware. Other than these two, painted gray ware was also used and also red ware was also used. Red ware simply means that red colored pottery. I hope different kinds of pottery used by later Vedic period are clear. Now, among these pottery, red ware was the most popular pottery of the later Vedic period. Most popular pottery simply means red ware was used more than any other pottery in the later Vedic period. That is the meaning of most popular. So we have found red ware in almost all sites of Western Uttar Pradesh. In our previous video, we have already seen the location of PGW sites. So this is the location of PGW sites. So on the west we have Saraswati river region, and on the east side this is basically the Ganga Yamuna doab that you can see here. Please also note that the easternmost point you can see here is Kaushambi. Kaushambi is located very close to Prayagraj. In the western side we can see Bahawalpur in Pakistan. So this is the general region where painted graveware sites have been found in India. And the red ware pottery has been found almost everywhere in the western Uttar Pradesh sites. And red ware was the most popular pottery of the later Vedic period. However, we have to know that whenever we say PGW pottery, we have to associate it with later Vedic period. That is why PGW pottery is considered as the most distinct as well as the most characteristic pottery of later Vedic period. We have already discussed what is the meaning of most distinct and most characteristic when we discussed pottery in Harappan culture and also in Chalcolithic cultures. Basically, most distinct and most characteristic simply means that this is the most special pottery of this period. So that is why whenever we say later Vedic period, we associate this with PGW pottery. Now let's talk about taxation and revenue during later Vedic period. In later Vedic period, taxation system was very primitive, or we can say taxation system was not properly developed. It means that all the citizens or all the people who were present in the Aryan areas were not paying taxes. Vaishyas were the only varna who were paying the taxes and tributes. So Brahmanas and Kshatriyas were not paying any taxes. And other than the taxes and tributes given by Vaishyas, kings were also getting some kind of revenue from wars and battles they were conducting with other kingdoms nearby. So we can say kings in later Vedic period mainly had two sources of revenue. The first source was taxation and tributes given by Vaishyas, and the second source was wars and battles and the booty that is got from the wars and battles. So this war booty as well as the taxes and tributes that are given by Vaishyas acted as a mechanism for redistribution of wealth in the later Vedic society. Taxation is basically a form of redistribution of wealth. You will learn more about this in your economy lectures, but let me give you a brief understanding about taxation here. What happens is, whenever there is a government, it imposes tax on economic entities. These economic entities can be individuals or let's say companies. Moreover, in many countries, the tax is generally progressive tax. Progressive tax simply means that tax rates keep increasing as the income increases. For example, let's say an individual is earning 10 lakhs, then probably the net income tax this person is paying is somewhere around 20 to 25%. If the same person is earning 1 crore or more, then it is possible that the net tax this person is paying may be 35% to 40%. So this is the meaning of progressive tax. As the income increases, the net tax rate also increases. This is generally seen in the form of taxation slabs. So as the income keeps increasing, the taxation slabs keeps on increasing, or we can say the net tax rate also keeps on increasing. This is the meaning of progressive tax. So government applies progressive tax. Through this, what happens is the government takes money from high income people. Please see here, I am not calling them as wealthy people. I am calling them as high income people because we are talking about income tax. We are not talking about wealth tax. Okay, the government has taken more money from high income people, and then what happens is the government invests this money in form of developmental works or let's say subsidies or some other government schemes for the poor people. So this is how government takes the money from high income people and then it redistributes this income to other people. So in the later Vedic period also, the taxation and tributes that were got from Vaishyas were being distributed to Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. So in the later Vedic period, Vaishyas were the people who were doing production activities. For example, like agriculture, cattle rearing, pottery and many other works. And when they did these production activities, they got income or let's say wealth. And by paying the taxes and tributes, they gave part of income and wealth to the king. Then king conducted sacrifices and gave some sacrificial fees to the Brahmanas. He also gave dana to the Brahmanas. And the king also gave some of the taxes and tributes that were collected from the Vaishyas to his tribesmen, who were basically warriors or let's say Kshatriyas. So this is how taxation and tributes also redistributed the wealth in later Vedic society. Moreover, in the later Vedic society, taxation and revenue officers were also there. For example, a treasurer was called as Sangrihitri and a revenue collector was called as Bhagaduga. These terms are very important. Questions can be directly asked on the basis of these terms in the prelims exam. Moreover, in the later Vedic period, voluntary contributions were also there. These voluntary contributions were called as Bali. This is also important. And these voluntary contributions were mostly made not only by Vaishyas but also Kshatriyas. So the warrior and other tribesmen of the king were also giving Bali or let's say voluntary contributions to the king. We must also note here that these contribution or let's say taxes and tributes were not in the form of coin money. They were mostly in the form of part of the produce. For example, if let's say a Vaishya was a farmer and this farmer was producing wheat or rice, then some amount of wheat or rice was given in the form of taxes. There was no concept of money during this period. We must also note that writing was not invented in the later Vedic period. In fact, writing in case of India is not known before the coming of Mauryas. When we discuss Mauryas, particularly when we discuss Ashoka, then we will talk about Brahmi script and other developments in writing that took place during this period. Please note here at this point that writing was not invented in later Vedic period. So coin money was also not there. So the usage of coins in case of India started only after 600 BCE. And we know that after 600 BCE simply means Mahajanapada period. So the usage of coins started in Mahajanapada period. Coins were not there in later Vedic period. Please like and subscribe. You can download this presentation from our Telegram channel. The name of the channel is IAS Project. The link for this channel has been given in the description section below. Thank you.